Welcome to the Wednesday stream. Hope everyone's having an awesome Wednesday morning. Ooh, man, I almost did the unthinkable. I almost streamed without my beanie. Hey, Comrade Bubbles. Hey, Thick Zeke. Hey, Doc. How's it going? Hope everyone's having an awesome morning here. I think I did it right. Sweet. Alright, let me get myself situated. Yeah, I almost did the unthinkable. Can you imagine? Hey, Arnok, how's it going? I'm chilling. Hope you're doing alright. This is an Avengers level apocalypse. This is an Avengers level apocalypse, almost. Can you imagine the disaster? I don't know if the internet can handle that. Going on stream without a beanie, Timbo wouldn't even do that. That's right. I'm decent, just had a shower, getting some breakfast, and then starting work. Nice, same. Well, kind of, right? This is my breakfast. It's a cup of coffee. And just hang out with you guys for a couple of hours. Then I get to start work. Boo. You know what they say, he who controls the spice controls the universe. True. This is a wise statement. Very wise statement. Hey, New Good, how's it going? Yes, I'm sorry, New Good. Avenger level threat. Yes, thank you. That's right. That's right. An Avenger level threat. I'm sorry. Yes, an Avenger level threat. I'm just waking up myself, okay? I'm chilling. Oh, look. ADT's beanie controls the universe. True. Oh, look, it's the Coper. It's the Coper from yesterday. Damn, back for more. All ready to make my morning? Listen, I've got my my coffee ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to farm you for more analytics, my friend. That's a great mug. I'm doing all right, New Good. Hope you're having an awesome an awesome morning. Thank you for stopping by the way. I see you, YouTube chat. I see you. Dude, I am streaming right now. I don't understand why people want me to go over to another Twitch streamer when another person is streaming. Jesus Christ, these people. Hey, thanks for the follow, Caffeinated Comrade. By the way, if Amy is here, thank you so much for the subscription, the Prime sub yesterday, right at the last second. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Don't give him an advice that harms ADT. Delicious magateers. True. Hey, Kaz, how's it going? Thank you for the follow, Connor. Hope you're doing alright, Kaz. What? Was it rough? Was it rough, Kaz? Like, I want to be happy for you, but at the same time, like, I don't want Was everything good? Oh, yes. Then awesome. Yay. That's the best outcome possible. For a second there, I was like a little bit worried, you know? Hey, there you go. Cool. That's all you can ask, okay? Especially with, given this situation. Great news. Skadoosh. You look extra triggered today. Extra triggered. Super special, awesome triggered. I like the MR inspired background. Yep. True. Me too. That's why I stole it. This is not when Irish people treat the trans folk better than the English. Oof. Three strikes law was a big part of it, and extended sentences for crack cocaine. Yeah, we know. It was a terrible bill. Nobody here is like unironically sitting here saying, thank God Biden won. This week is hard to deal with because of the bad news I heard a couple days ago. What happened, news? New good? You doing alright? It's really funny because like people think that just because Biden wins, all of a sudden everything's okay, right? I wanted Trump. Well, too bad. I don't get right wingers. Let's dunk on leftists for things leftists don't like. Yeah, like what are you talking about? It turned out to be terrible, but ignoring how bad one. Yeah, exactly. Like, obviously, it was a bad way of addressing the problem, don't you think? It was a terrible policy. We know that. Abortions reduce crime rate? Huh. In high-ranking positions, but I think the general pop becoming cool with trans. Yep. Is actually becoming cool with trans people. Yeah. Biden is the ER doctor whose job is to keep us alive until the surgeon exists. I don't know. I think that maybe I would like to see what she can do in the Senate and get more experience writing legislation. I don't know, because like I think my main issue is that I want if someone like that is to pick up the mantle, they've got to be more experienced, like more into the legislative process. Imagine voting for Trump. Imagine this. Yes, pig food. There you go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Ah, man, for real, no good. There's this show I watched called Lego Ninja, and I watched it for years. And on November 18th, one of the voice actors died. Ah, man. That sucks. Imagine imagining. The one good thing about Biden is that he's not Trump. True. That's basically it, folks. I wanted to crack open some ad spaces, but someone in my house has COVID symptoms, so I'm stuck inside. Ooh. as a non-binary person with my time with other queer people. I think that eventually, because like, to me, it's just like, just be respectful to people, right? I mean, if we can just get people to have a basis of empathy, a basis of compassion, I think we can get there. I think we can get there, Aranok. So policies that Trump passed that were bad, a lot of them. Either way, he lost. Trump is irrelevant. Nobody cares about Trump. Are you just hating on personality? No, he actually, well, first of all, he is a disgusting human being. But furthermore, his policies, his ineptitude actually led to a lot of problems in this country. I mean, the easy one is his ineptitude with the coronavirus response. I mean, it's fair that, to be fair, hey, Alada, first of all, hello. Second of all, yes, true. Hey, Ben, how's it going? Like, I don't understand. Like, there's so many things. There's so many things, like, policy-wise that are super destructive. But whatever, it's over. Biden is human, he has compassion, he has experience. I voted for Bernie, and I know Biden is beholden to corporate backers, but progressives go as far as saying he's... Yeah, I don't think he's the same as Trump. Biden's would be the same, just worse. Citation needed? Citation needed? Everybody should be going... everybody who doesn't know Ben should be following Ben. You say that like that's a problem. Like, imagine being mad that somebody's trying to get you education. Imagine being mad that somebody's trying to do something about the gross levels of debt, predatory debt. Imagine being mad and complaining about somebody trying to advocate for universal healthcare. Like, just imagine for a second being mad about that. Trump's first fucking thing he did in Austin was Trump. Yeah, exactly. By the way, how you doing, Dick Zeke? Either way. Wait, this is a leftist chat? Okay. But seriously. It doesn't matter. It's over. Trump lost. Okay? There's no point in trying to prop this guy up. Okay? Unless he's like doing some crazy stuff in his last few months in office, there's not much to cover. That's not how democracy works, Future Wolf. You can cope all you want, but yeah, it's over. Okay, it's over. It's done. No more need to address Donald Trump unless he's doing some crazy stuff. Unless he's doing some crazy stuff right before, inauguration or something like that. Generally speaking, there's really no reason. Anarcho-monarchism. Free education isn't free. Wait. Just step away and let capitalism innovate and drive prices. Oh no, it's someone who doesn't understand economics. Hey, thanks for the biddies, Stupka. It's someone who doesn't understand like market failures and how economies work. Sad. Good thing that nobody's talking about just giving free stuff. Thank you, Stupka. Bodies. I'm definitely talking about free stuff. Hey, listen, whatever helps you cope. Whatever helps you cope. You'll be the Republican kingmaker and run again in 2024. What? You really think so, Pig Food? I don't think so. I think it's done. I think he's over. Thank you, Shupka. Did you see the recent show with surveillance planes in Wall Street Journal? No. Do you have an article? Nanoeconomics? Bodies. The people voted and it is biddies. True. An investment that pays for itself over time is freer making money. These jokers are low-level econ. Yeah, listen, I'm economically illiterate and I still understand like basic things. There needs to be government cheese for everyone regardless of income. Government cheese? Why? Why does it gotta be cheese? I'm just regular illiterate. Just step away and yeah, exactly. Yeah, the problems with capitalism is a tendency towards monopoly. I think we should give welfare to the poor and to the rich. This way the rich don't complain. All small companies can build up in the system. Yeah, because they're constantly either pushed out or Trump is irrelevant now, like rice gum. True. Yeah, the idea of how to do capitalism correctly is you make sure you have no competition and consolidate resources into fewer and fewer hands. Okay. So things like that become a problem when you talk about healthcare, when you talk about healthcare and education and things like that. Things that have like inherent market failures. The free market just can't really handle. Hey, thanks for the follow, Pigfood. Don't worry, we got the way to move behind it. This is of course for educational purposes. But we got the article. Thank you, Nanoeconomics. The thing is, you can have an entire free market if we completely reset it, which is impossible. When you have regulations and government in the way, you don't let small business develop. The big businesses don't care about regulations and shit like that. It just means less competition for them. I don't even know how to respond to that. There's just so much wrong in this sentence. There's just so much wrong in this sentence. How do I begin? Like, basically what Mono is saying is how you want the world to be. What Mono is saying is how you want the world to be. Can you imagine wanting a world where this is possible? Imagine. Oh man. These people are based, like, I'm telling you, I'm not an economics person. but I understand like basic concepts, and I urge people to understand that you can't just free market your way out of everything. Okay, there are things that you cannot free market your way out of, and I think the quicker we understand that there are inherent problems with this system, the quicker we can move to a better society. It's like it's so borderline brainwashed that you can't see the problems that we have. No evidence of regulations killing growth. Zero. Government food and UBI to every citizen regardless of income. Easy fix. Well, that's, yeah, I mean, that's better than what we have now. I want to move to a society that gets people food, housing, education, and healthcare. I just need that to happen. I just need that to happen in order for us to be in order for us to move to a better society. Food, housing, education, and healthcare. If we can get that to everybody, especially in a country such rich and powerful as us, we can definitely make this a better society. I'm not an American, so then why are you? Wow, dude, imagine. Oh Lord, imagine. Okay, let's get into some headlines. It is about 9:30. Wait, don't you already have some type of like subsidized healthcare, education? What? Imagine arguing against these things. This is like beyond delusional. Don't you guys already have some type of like universal healthcare? And I think you also have universal education, or at least subsidized education. I mean, excuse my ignorance, but imagine having these things and unironically argue against them. Hey, a lot of I figures the capitalist show in the country consistently rates the top 10 socialist country looking at policy. It ain't all free. Who is talking about free? It's about reorganizing your priorities. It's about using the tax dollars that you worked hard for and getting something back from it. Okay? That's what it is. It's reorganizing our priorities using our tax dollars off our backs and getting something back from it. That's not what's happening here in America. Hey Kevin, how's it going? In America, we wait 36 months for average. True. We need free copium for all. True. Hey, Genocide, how's it going? Thanks for the follow, Tyler, but why isn't it showing up? There it is. Thank you for the follow. It's weird. I don't know what's up with some of these alerts. I'm totally calling shenanigans on being Norwegian. I don't know. There's people who unironically argue for like privatization of the NHS in the UK. So it's possible, nanoeconomics. It's possible that some people are like argue against these things unironically. I mean, everything is free. The Lord giveth for the man to plunder. True. I met a lot of we hate socialism because of the USSR / Norwegian tension. Yeah, but that's not what I'm arguing for. America has 11 aircraft carriers. Next question has 2. True. True. Maybe $768 billion for the military isn't 100% necessary. We got 2 dabs. Just saying. Space Force. Vote. Yeah, and the Space Force. Yes, let's make the system made for free healthcare not free. I'll defend the defense fund. I don't think so. I don't think it's necessary. Wasn't there like a wasn't there, it's completely overloaded. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of places we can go cut you know, there's plenty of places where we can cut that it's just unnecessary. And I mean, if we can afford trillions of dollars, at this point it's like, what was the total for the Iraq war, the unnecessary Iraq war? We could have had a lot of these things, right? Soylent for all. Any funds we cut should go to healthcare and school system. True. Every single military person I know says the military is a massive waste. Like, there's definitely plenty of things that we can find that is overbloated. Remember that article about the Air Force that had $1,000 self-heating cups for all the Air Force? $1,000 self-heating cups for the Air Force. Can you imagine? I'm pretty sure we can find it. It's insanely rich. It's completely insane how rich these defense contractors are. True. Government contracts are also super fucked. They literally waste money, so so maybe like a rerouting of our priorities will be good. If you underspend, the budget gets slashed. I see. I would say the majority of ministries we currently are needed R&D into new equipment. Also, the Air Force site can have sound untrue, so that's for everybody. What? It sounds, I feel like you're lying. That sounds like a lot of feelies over facts, my friend. Except when you actually look into it. $1,300 coffee cups. This was from 2 years ago. Gotta bail. My kid's been screeching at me all morning. He's getting them. Ooh, yikes. So yeah, these are over-bloated costs that don't need to be that don't need to be done, right? Imagine $1,300 coffee cups, self-heating coffee cups. $30K toilet seats. Imagine. Like there's definitely. I'm sorry to hear that, Stuka. Vaya con Dios, my friend. Yeah. So just to be clear, on said as the blood rushes to his head. And shouldn't we be pumping money into things that actually help us? Um, $32,000, $56,000 over the past 3 years. Paying nearly $700 for each single cup is bad enough. I mean, come on, these are over bloated prices. These are just ways to spend um, unnecessary money, right? So don't tell me that there's things that we can cut from the budget, okay? Paper napkins. Yeah, we saw what happened in the conflict with Azerbaijan and Armenia, Mano. Why should we provide humanity to the whole world where we have homeless in America? Okay, let's do it. Exactly. We found the article that New Economics posted earlier. Trump exits open sky treaty, moves to discard observation planes without specialized aircraft and equipment. Biden administration will have a difficult time re-entering the Cold War pact. The Trump administration. Oh, great. So, unfortunately, we have to you see, like, we only address the Trump administration when they do like some stupid stuff in their last couple of weeks. The Trump administration formally shut the door on the Open Skies Treaty, exiting the agreement while moving to get rid of the U.S. Air Force planes that have been used to carry out nearly 3-decade accord. 3-decade-old accord. President Trump served a notice in May that the U.S. would be withdrawn from the 6 months from the accord, which was intended to reduce the risk of war by allowing Russia and the West to carry out unarmed reconnaissance flights. Hey, wait a minute. Whoa, whoa. Hey, Karen B, how's it going? Wasn't Hillary Clinton supposed to be the one that was going to start war with Russia? Because she was gonna stop the open skies or something like that? Weird. You should do ASMR to get more viewers. ASMR? How does one do ASMR? Hope you're doing all right, Karen B. Political ASMR. Was that about the as? Yes. Like we saw. In fact, Mono would probably be more. Mono was probably following that a little bit more. They were using drones to just completely take out tanks and stuff like that. Just add the ASMR tag. True. I hope Biden gets hang Obama's portrait. I mean, that's the least of the things that I want to see Biden do. On the list of things that I want to see Biden complete, that is like at the bottom tier. That's right, Sympathy King. The only real defense is to return to trench warfare? Yikes. Yikes. in a move that could complicate President-elect Joe Biden's options if he sought to re-enter the agreement. The Trump administration is taking steps to dispose of two specially equipped OC-135B planes that the U.S. has used to carry out open sky flight. A senior U.S. official said the planes are being designated as excess defense articles, which means they can be given to foreign partners at reduced or no cost. Cool. Just cool. I mean, we could have healthcare. We could have public colleges subsidized by taxes. But yeah, I guess commercial drones have been weaponized in the Middle East by ISIS and other groups, so it's not even just a third of military grade stuff. Yikes. That is just another corporatist. He's better than Trump, but come on. True. New generic commercial drone to drop grenades. True. Wasn't like the cartel also using drones too? Yeah, basically I think we can all agree that the reason why Biden won is because, well, he's not Trump. Okay? I think that's a fair assessment. That's a fair assessment. He wanted to. He wanted to put Rahm Emanuel. That's true, but I don't think it's I don't think that's happening. Given the pushback that he's gotten. Oh, show more people were happy Trump lost than Biden won. True. Yeah, I think that was like something being floated around, but I don't think he's actually going to implement. He's going to actually put in Rahm Emanuel. Oh, that's right. No, we saw it. We saw it. I actually remember this story. I actually remember this story, Mono. This was true. We saw the video. Yeah, this totally happened. You put a lawyer in charge of it, that lawyer spent his life trying to destroy the EPA. Yeah, of course. Yeah, because of the progressive pushback. Right, so that's our job, okay? That's our job. Look what Trump did. Put DeVos. Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm not disputing the fact that it will be a little bit better, okay? I'm not disputing the fact that it will be a little bit better. It'll be not Trump. It won't be Trump, okay? And he will put slightly better people than our orange God Emperor Trump. There'll be they'll be more or less normal people and to some degree actually qualified for their position. Our job as progressives is to hold his feet to the fire and make sure that he delivers some type of palpable results to improve the material conditions of people. Otherwise, the future is disaster. Without context, Dupka, that's I know the context, but like if you imagine. I'll try to put cabinet deported 2 millions. Yeah, so our job is to make sure that this will won't happen. He actually put somebody that was much better in this case than Daddy Kane. He put the guy who was, or again, no cabinet pick has been confirmed. No cabinet has been confirmed, but he is selecting the actual creator of DACA. to be part of like the immigration thing, right? To try to undo a lot of that. So it's better. It's better than what we have. Make Hunter Secretary of Defense to trigger the Makas. True. Has named President Obama to conversation about this to his transition team, including the administration's deportation of thousands of Central American children. This decision killed an executive order that would have halted deportations. In 2011, Munoz has been interviewed by PBS's Maria Hinojosa. Yikes. Yikes. And the answers to that, yeah, like, oh, this is all like bad and terrible, and we're really, really sorry. But yeah, it's not our problem. You have to reform the law. What? Yeah, this is cringe. But yeah, I think he selected somebody else. He selected somebody else to be actually the, department cabinet head person. He actually chose the guy who made DACA. Don't give up on my boy Raul. HI bureaucrat. Why so mad about student debt cancellations? Are you mad about the $2 trillion COVID relief going to big corporations? True. True. Your taxes paid for my house. Hey, you see? It can be done. Maybe we should push for a movement to get food, housing, education, healthcare. Maybe it can be done. No, nobody's mad about canceling student debt. You love to see it, folks. You love to see it, folks. You love to see it. YouTube has barred One America News Network from posting new videos for a week and stripped it of its ability to make money off existing content after the Trump-friendly channel uploaded a video promoting a phony cure for COVID. How irresponsible do you have to be? How irresponsible do you have to be to seriously? This is like that guy who is selling geez, I can't remember the name for it. Silver colloidal silver as a cure to COVID, or was it the lady preacher lady who was trying to sell Smurfman? Yeah. Who's trying to sell colloidal silver? These people are irresponsible. They're actually hurting people by doing this, right? YouTube has been criticized for allowing OANN to spread misinformation using its platform, particularly around coronavirus and the election. This marks the Google-owned service first crackdown against OANN. OANN 1 week suspension from posting the videos or live streams as a result of a strike YouTube issued for violating its COVID misinformation policy, which prohibits saying that there's a guaranteed cure to the virus. YouTube took down the video that triggered the strike. Yeah, I'm sorry. You can't be spreading this misinformation. If it's not real, you can't be. If it's not backed by science or by studies, you can't be posting about it. Especially with something like this, right? The idea is we need to try to get away from this nightmare. Okay, I think that everybody is. I think that everybody is in agreement that we need to end this nightmare. And the way to do that is by respecting the science and respecting the healthcare professionals. You don't need to raise taxes to cancel student debt. True. You can just Thanos snap it. You could actually just Thanos snap it. Obama was meh. True. YouTube suspends OAN because of the potion loss of losers exceeds actual. My problem is seeing it as a windfall for private banks. What do you mean, Chai Bureaucrat? Like, Thanos snapping that? I want someone to theorize how to remove anti-intellectualism from international discourse. I'm tired of scientists are bad because it hurts my feeling rhetoric or retort. I actually kind of made a video on that. I think that if people just come down to earth and be more objective regardless and admit when you are wrong, and I think a big problem of it is the social media companies or the internet that is allowed to spread a lot of this very quickly and very widespread. So a solution to remove or at least stifle some of this anti-intellectualism is, first of all, every time you make an argument or make a point, try to have conviction in your words. Try to be objective and acknowledge when you are wrong, and also be very responsible when you post in social media, and just try to do that. Another way we can do it as part of government, what government can do is reinstate the fairness doctrine, and on top of that, reinstate the fairness doctrine with an amendment to social media companies and digital independent media. Sanders was a real change we need in both the combination of MSM and people being stupid. Now we have old Yeah, well, there's a lot of things that went wrong in that one, Simp Daddy Kane. As a scientist, my dad prefers Trump to me, and thinks I'm full of shit. Wow. Science is easy when you try. True. Good point, Mono. I mean, definitely would have been better. Definitely would have been better, but true. No. There is a point to this, Mono. It's not just one senator, one person, okay? The change is us. The change is us. We have to organize. We have to be united and reach out to as many of the normies as possible, the people who just want to grill, bro. Those people. Because if you speak to people, more than likely they will agree. Most people, when you talk to them, they will agree on a lot of these things, right? Of course people should be addressing healthcare. Of course people need to make sure they have a roof over their head. Of course people need education, housing, food, right? Healthcare. These are the things that people want and need, Not just want, but they need, and will improve not only us as individuals, we will have the basic tools that we need, but it will improve society as well. You need both politicians who are sympathetic to progressive. Oh yeah, that's but to get those, you need a base, right? You need to expand that base, and you need to reach out and speak to the normies. Speak to the I just want to grill, bro. Oh yeah, for sure. Because like if you talk 12013, if you talk to people without like a D next to, a D or an R next to you, and you just kind of talk to people about things like policies, they will agree on most of these things. It turns out raising the minimum wage is a popular thing to do. It turns out giving people the right to vote after they complete their debt to society after serving their prison time. Wow, extremely popular. These things can be done. People agree with them. People understand the necessity for healthcare. The problem is getting that messaging and getting it to be concise, easy to digest, and reach normies. You gotta reach the I just want to grill people, which will then inevitably lead to what geez, I missed it. What the other person was saying, that you need representatives that reflect this. Well, that's how you get there. Imagine making a fart scientific like that, Dick Zeke. There's getting sympathetic politicians and there's getting deifying particular ones. Yeah. I agree. I mean, look at Trump. Florida passed a 15 minimum wage, yet Biden lost by 30 points. We have no class solidarity. No, we actually do. Because even in a ruby red state like Florida, they passed the minimum wage. So by an overwhelming, by a majority, right? So the majority of people, elected to have a raise in the minimum wage, right? It's just, we got to break that down. We just gotta get away from the D and the R and kind of just get people in kitchen table issues and get them to realize, hey, you know what? You actually do like these things. You're voting for these things, okay? It's just a way to get to these people, right? To vote for representatives that reflect these things, because it's clear that people want them. It's just getting that messaging and branding. I like that take. Hey, thanks. I try to have logical and concise takes. People don't trust Democrats to help them anymore. Doesn't mean we can't build solidarity. True. Well, it's because like they failed, I think. Bernie lost Florida by like 40 points at Biden, but yet Bernie wouldn't. Yeah, exactly. It's just like it's the messaging and the branding and how to get that concise and get that to people. Because when they see Bernie Sanders, all they see, and when they see a Democratic candidate, all they see, no matter who it is, and this is unique to Florida especially, all they see is socialist, communist. That's it. That's all they see. And it's like, we have to understand that this is the mentality that people have. And I know that no matter who it's going to be, they're going to call whatever Democratic candidate, whether they are or not, socialist and or communist or whatever, radical left. We have to break that messaging and get through to people, because really, the actual policies, a lot of people do agree with these things. That's right, Simp Daddy. They like Bernie's policies, though. The Biden was more electable. Yeah. I finally learned I don't need a blog to be happy. Well, that's good news. And I know it's frustrating, Simp Daddy. I know it's frustrating, but you gotta reach these people. You gotta deliver this messaging and deliver the branding in such a way that they will get from that conditioning, right? Get that, and I think maybe something that can help is getting ranked choice voting across the board, or a more like democratic system. Continue to push for the removal of the electoral college. There is a movement to stop that, to stop the electoral college, using the electoral college to essentially destroy itself. Move in a more democratic system. Hey, thanks for the follow, Simp Daddy Kane. Appreciate that. To move into that way, maybe we can try to break that mentality and just reach out to people as people. Reach out to people from your community. Do things together, or at least try to. That will make people realize, hey, maybe, and this just might be a wild and crazy idea. Maybe we work better together. Just saying. That's all. Maybe the solution is working together. Maybe the solution is getting people together and realize that a lot of the things that we want, we actually agree on. Like, especially the fundamental core of what it, of what people, of what people need, right? I mean, food, housing, education, healthcare. We just gotta keep electing progressives, just like the Justice Dems, and move the Overton window. Yeah, but you gotta get people to elect these people, right? In the South and the suburbs, what you are describing is non-existent. We do not gather in community and haven't. So, hey, maybe that's an idea, Star Slice. By the way, hope you're doing all right. That's an idea, you know? Maybe getting people to realize, hey, let's do a community garden. Let's do a, I don't know. Let's get a petition going. Let's get a, depending on the state that you live in, let's get a ballot initiative or a ballot measure, an amendment. Not sure. Not sure, but you need to figure out the way to reach the people who just want to grill. Oh my goodness. Jeez. Sourcing support with an awesome raid of 14 people. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel like that's gonna go down on your grave. Yeah, I swear, I'm gonna keep like pushing for this until until I can. And the more I say it, the more I think people will understand what I'm talking about. It's getting people to work together. Raise the bar, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much, Sourcing. I hope you're doing all right. Raising the bar, raising the floor, same difference. The idea is the sentiment has been conveyed, Stupko. I think that the more I talk about this, what a nice dude that Andre Feller. True. So sourcing is really one of the chillest streamers. If you have a chance to catch them, I think they even streamed earlier than I do. I didn't even know you were streaming this even earlier or than me, because I didn't see you earlier sourcing. But on the weekends, I do like to catch sourcing support on the weekends. I highly recommend you guys follow. And throw them a sub or two. 3. I wish you could break the impasse with but with social media and the like, people just don't engage in this area with COVID has sealed the deal. You really think so? I don't know. I think that the more you talk about it, the more you get to the more you get people to understand, and the more you like. It doesn't even have to be somewhat of a political statement or anything like that. Like in terms, I mean, it is political, but it isn't like controversial, or it doesn't need to be politicized. Is what I mean, right? It doesn't need to be politicized. Like, it's advocating for food, housing, education, and healthcare is politics, is policies, but it doesn't need to be related to anything else. Just say, hey, I think that it's okay to acknowledge that maybe the system has fundamental problems that we need to address. And I think that making sure that the citizens of our country, especially with this, there we go, sourcing just, yeah, that's a much better way of putting it. Thank you. It shouldn't be partisan. We're all human and we all have value. There we go. See? Boom. Much easier way of putting it. Here I am trying to find the right words. Sourcing coming in clutch. I'm organizing mutual aid in my community right now. People just want their basic needs met. Right. That's fundamentally at the core of what I'm talking about. Because we have lots of smart and wealthy people. True. Promote the general welfare. It's even listed before liberty. Yeah, there you go. I mean, how much more how much more proof do you need, right? If you really want to use like that type of rhetoric, hey, this was actually the foundation of our country. The core fundamental values of our country is listed in these things that I'm talking about. I gotta be friends with you because you neighbors are so lame. Yeah, but we all want the same thing. Correct. I will not listen to anyone anymore. Oh man. So yeah, at least here in America, it's listed right there, as Dustin pointed out. It's listed right there. I think we've had enough justice. Now we... Oh, man. True, Aronok. You don't have to be friends with... Yeah, well, Stupka's kind of memeing. But Star Slice does make a good point. And I don't know. I think that if you just try to reach out to people... I want to spread the good message. I think you should. Even if, in any way you can, maybe make pamphlets, maybe make content. The internet is for everybody. Maybe make content, maybe spread the word through your community with pamphlets. I don't know. I'm talking to people. It's not complicated. People know what they want. We just gotta deliver in the way that they'll understand. I'll listen to your message if you give me money. Why does it gotta be about money, Mono? I am the only paid mod. Fake news. Because money makes the world go round. True. You can't buy food with words, unfortunately. I'm just trying to give you the perspective from my region of the country. I see. You made a political poem? Alright, hit me up as long as it's TOS friendly. Hit me up. I've been to areas where you guys have block parties and whatnot. What? In this day and age? We do not have those. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying, Star Slice. Interesting. Interesting. Hey, old growth canopy, how's it going? Talking about basic rights, what people need. Yep. Yeah, I checked the link. Actually, I literally just finished checking it out. It's interesting. Actually, hold on, let's play it. I like it. I know that people were gentrified the McMansion up, and I'm the only ones. Yeah, that actually happened around my very childhood era. Very childhood area, and that actually happened. One day, I'm gonna go ahead and just take a picture and show you guys. What did I do now? This is about Donald Trump.
The Story of the Boy Who Cried Wolf and the Sheep Who Believed Him by Mark James. Once upon a time a little boy cried fraud. And without a single ounce of proof, after being dismissed by every court, he needed to find some legal support. However, the boy's story was not very clear and all his lawyers backed out in fear. Without any facts, no one wanted to look dumb, except for, of course, all but one. A buck-toothed man with snot in his brow, who may very well be
worker
the boy's
capitalism,
only pal.
that's right.
With his head black-dyed he would sweat when he lied and always did say the darndest of things. Standing outside a shop and making claims without reason. Losing integrity and supporting mass treason. Dead people voted yet without any proof. Calling it fraud. How could it be a spoof? The ballots were illegal but don't ask them why. Look over there, was their only reply. Some of the people yelled, why with no evidence would they claim such a scam? Because when you cry wolf it is easy to fool a lamb. The boy and his lawyer bought their fake glory, and asked everyone in town to write his own story. Regardless of what is right they would say it was true. Just as he told us it was just like the flu. Message boards wrote false-stemming theory, where even friends of the fox were feeling quite weary. Constant lies were given to the people. While using small hands he tarnished the steeple. Just
Using
for the
small
gain and
hands.
to gather more money.
The only way to
He chuckled at violence and thought hate was funny. Finally one day the town got fed up.
That's
They all
right,
stood
Mono.
up and said enough is enough. Together they shouted, boy it's time for you to go. And all in large numbers they called Farmer Joe, strongly united to
Farmer
kick him
Joe.
out on the 3rd. But he did not get the message and never got the word. He took his time and dragged his feet. I guess when you're spoiled you can't admit defeat.
True.
However that winter as it turned another year, no longer grey, finally clear. When you lie and cheat you will reap what you sow, and the world's a little better with a big cup of Joe. When the little boy left and was forced to the city, making him a man was certainly not pretty. His skin turned orange and a lot did happen. Some from Florida but mostly Manhattan. Inflated deflated assets all for personal gain. Tax evasion and falsifying facts. Rape, assault, and sexual acts. Deutsche Bank cut ties with 300 million owed. And his Twitter account permanently closed. Later that spring Joe sent him a letter, telling the boy that it is what it is. Confused and upset getting something in the mail. However not by the note, but for being in jail. The Story of the Boy Who Cried Wolf.
Nice. Man, can you imagine if this man ever sees in a ideal world, in an ideal world, this man would see consequences, but I'm not gonna hold my breath for that. Trump copium in Georgia. Whew. Woohoo. No. Okay. Ooh. I think I caught it just in the 3 seconds.
And if Republican traitors
Yes.
like Kemp are not willing to show up for us, and Mitt Romney, and the rest of them, then we will not be willing to show up for them.
That's right.
Brian Kemp is a traitor.
Where's Governor Abrams?
That's right.
Roethlisberger is a traitor.
Never heard it sped up so fast. That's interesting. Thank you so much for playing. No problem.
That allows this to happen is complicit, and we will.
Ain't that the truth, Big Zeke?
Death to tyrants.
Do they think that we're just going to go away?
No! Stop the steal!
For any Republicans not explicitly helping Trump to stop this deal, we will make sure
November,
you
3 days ago.
elected ever again.
Yeah!
To the Republicans
Amen.
that are easily bullied into compliance by the left, we will finish you.
Yeah!
Amen.
We will end your career forever.
Amen.
If the Republican establishment stands back and stands by and allows this deal to go through, we will do whatever it takes to completely destroy the Republican Party.
Yes.
People!
Yes.
We will not accept mere investigations that go nowhere. We will not accept nothing
Yes.
less but a Donald Trump victory.
Yes.
We will not accept fake audits and fake recounts like what's happening here in Georgia. We will accept nothing left but Donald Trump for another 4 years.
Hey, thanks for the 10 biddies.
4 more years! 4 more years! 4 more years!
What is going to
Let me
happen to
just
these
say
folks?
this. For years, the Republican Party and conservative media have
Whoa.
helped create what can only be referred to as a cult of personality revolving around Donald Trump.
Yeah.
They've supported
This is I agree with this. I love how Biden is a symbol of that. Hey, thanks for the biddies, Kez. Appreciate that. This is pathetic. No. This is gold, Aronok. This is gold. This is gold. I 100% support these people. Sorry, had it mute for a second. Thank you for the 36 biddies. I appreciate that. No, Alio. No. This is what we need to. This is what needs to happen. It's totally within their rights to sit out the Georgia election. Yeah, absolutely. What? Uh-oh. Thank you so much for the gifted tier 1 sub. Thank you. Gifted to Aronok. Exactly. Screw those traitor Republicans. What is going on here? Yes, they are. Alexa, play Despacito 2. Wait. Alexa, turn on. There we go. Ah, shoot. Now more power to the people. Fist emotes. True. I know it's fun to dunk on me, especially because they're against us more now, but I think this is a result of poor education by entire system. True. I agree. I agree that education, that is why I advocate so hard for food, housing, education, and healthcare, because like part of the problem is that, because like it's funny, we were talking about this earlier, like they understand, right? They vote for things if it's completely independent of party, like ballot initiatives or state constitutional amendments. They vote for these things, right? They vote for upping the minimum wage. They vote for the legalization of drugs, or at least decriminalizing them. They vote for giving felons the right to vote. So like the concepts are there, right? Maybe it's the propaganda. I don't know. Whatever it is, we need to find a way to, as our friend, whoa, a network error. As our friend, let me Thank you for the follow, Volcanic Popsicle. Oh, why? Okay. As our friend Alex Jones says, we're breaking the conditioning. We're breaking the conditioning. We got to do that. In reality is that the party system has become more of a tribal sports. Yeah. Absolutely, Arnok. I think it's a mix of poor education, lack of empathy, but I think people are more empathetic if they weren't competing for basic rights and convinced to turn on each other. Now there's an idea too. How would you fix the system and where people are more educated? Well, generally speaking, more educated people tend to have different electoral decisions, right? More educated people, generally speaking, aren't as easily propagandized to or aren't as easily conned, right? Semi-lurk, no problem. Alright, let's finish this story. ON is also suspended from the YouTube Partner Program, which means if they want to monetize, they'll have to reapply. YouTube has a 3-strike policy before an account is terminated. This is ON's first strike, but has violated the platform's COVID misinformation before, meaning it gets no more warnings if it breaks the rules again, just additional strikes. Nice. If you're being this irresponsible, you absolutely shouldn't be allowed to be on massive platforms. I mean, this is where I draw the line. This actually leads to people harming people, okay? This is where I draw the line. YouTube says it doesn't consider ON an authoritative news source. And that's because they're not. YouTube, like other platforms, has grown more willing to take action against conservative-leaning accounts that spread misinformation, also been trying to provide greater visibility to legitimate news outlets. Well, this is a bit loaded. The reason why this happens, I think, is because they break TOS. Stew is yummy. Reading, writing, math, and empathy. Amazing. I would love to see that. Oh, yeah, and his propaganda source, true. What? Let me pair that up with this other story. Yeah, this might be a problem in the future. Some voters don't even know that there is a primary. The key is to educate and not just assume as everyone needs to be smart. Yeah, true. True, the idea is to get people electorally engaged. No, some people don't, Mono. That's the thing. Some people don't. Some people think that everything is fine. Some people think that this isn't a real issue. "1% of the world's farm operates 70% of crop fields, ranches, and orchards, according to a report that highlights the impact of land inequality on climate and natural crises. Since the 1980s, researchers found control over the land has become far more concentrated both directly through ownership and indirectly through contract farming, which results in more destructive monocultures and fewer carefully tended small holdings." Yeah, actually, my co-host was talking about how this is like completely destroying small farmers in Georgia. I mean, they're basically beholden to Tyson, basically, or the other giant corporation. Assume based on yeah, true. Taking the rising value of property and the growth of landless populations into account for the first time. The report calculates land inequalities about 41% higher than previously believed. Yikes. The authors said that the trend was driven by short-term financial instruments, which increasingly shaped the global environment and human health. In the past, these instruments were of only concern to the markets, but now they didn't affect us individually, but now they touch every aspect of our lives because they are linked to the environmental crisis and the pandemic, said Ward Antsu, senior technical specialist at the International Land Coalition, which led the research along with a group of partners, including Oxfam and the World Inequality Lab. Wow. The study published on Tuesday is based on 17 new research papers as well as an analysis of existing data and literature. Yeah, we know that, like, basically the problem is like these large commercial farming or commercial production for food is not a good idea. Not a good idea. Not a good idea for the environment. Not a good idea economically speaking. I think a good way to improve the status of small farmers and make things a little bit more ecological is to cut or break up these centralized large commercial farms. That's one idea. Especially this Thanksgiving, their turkeys will be everywhere. Don't buy. I think we're actually hunting our own. Not hunting our own turkey. I think we're getting our own. We're gonna hunt our own food. I'm not sure if it's turkey or venison, but yeah, we are gonna grab our own food, and we're gonna grab fresh veggies from the garden. We got fresh peppers from the garden. This is gonna be a great Thanksgiving. Tomatoes. I'm not eating turkey this year. I don't. How often do you hunt? I don't. Actually, as you know, there is a co-host who comes in on Saturdays. She'll be doing it. The news and media are just as bad as the food distribution. A handful of people sitting at the top making decisions are profiting the most. True. True. Yeah, the consolidation. I don't know how to pronounce it. The resources pooling into fewer and fewer hands is a problem. Thanks for the follow, Erfsomana. No, I'm not 100% vegan. But I have cut out a lot of regular meat and things like that, so struggle. The funny thing is when you bring up that very real problem with inequality, conversations quickly turn to yeah. So the idea is like we try to avoid that, right? Like what I talk about is just purely like material things, right? Like people need food, housing, education, and healthcare, right? I mean, these are things that we need. I don't think that it's very controversial. I don't think that it's very radical. Hey, thanks for the follow. I just talk about things as they are. And I think it's important to also understand, because we are seeing this with our very own eyes, there are fundamental flaws in the system that we're living in, right? This is unsustainable. I think that anybody would agree. Too many hands in the kitchen can spoil a cake. Yeah, there you go. Nestle is a plague on this earth. True volcanic popsicle. Yeah, I'm fine as long as you actually use the meat, right? Like, if you're, it's actually sometimes even environmentally good, you know, for the ecological for the ecosystem. My problem is when people do it for sport. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like the I don't like hunting for sport. Thank you for, I don't know if I said thank you, but thanks for the follow, oh no, SNSMS. Thank you. Does anyone check on last year's part in Turkey? They pardoned another one, did they not? This year? Nestle is a symptom, like Trump is not the cause, capitalism. Well, yeah, greed, private enterprise. Yep, the consolidation of resources into fewer and fewer hands is a problem, is a fundamental flaw. I think it's evil to hunt for sport, you know? I don't think that, like, if you're actually going to use what Mother Nature, you know, provides, is fine. It's just like, I don't see the reason why you need to hunt for sport, right? Especially like animals that we don't eat. That triggers me. Like hunting for sport and even hunting like animals that you don't even eat, that's a problem. I don't like that. I don't agree with that. How old is the oldest surviving part in Turkey? No idea. Yeah, like why? Why would you do that? Like, right? Cause like there's no reason why like you need to hunt foxes, right? Like for their fur in that manner, and especially like why there's synthetic fur. There's synthetic. We have the technology to make synthetic, you know, fur. Or even worse if it's for sport, cause, jeez, that's abhorrent. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah, of course, Selena. I don't like that. I don't like that. Yikes, SNS. Unless there's like a serious ecological purpose, I mean, it's just so, it's not cool. That's right, you cake. The idea is if you are going to use the animal to eat, to feed yourself, and you're not doing it for sport or to harm the animals or to be disrespectful to them, that is fine. Okay? But if you're hunting for sport, for the thrill, there might be something wrong with you. We didn't have a fox and coyote problem if we brought back the wolves. Hey, there you go. There's a reason why each animal plays their part. They're literally ripped apart. Oh, that's so abhorrent. Isn't synthetic for all variants of plastics that add to our microplastic problem? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe you're right, Dustin. I mean, just personally speaking, we don't really need any of that to I mean, maybe I'm just more simple-minded, but I don't need to be wearing a fox fur Wow. Adding wolves back to Yellowstone fix its rivers? Wow. I'm not an expert. I feel like there's other options for population issues that are way better for the ecological environment. Yeah. I mean, there are things that you can do to be ecologically responsible, and I'm just saying hunting for sport is just not good unless there's some very, very important ecological job that you're doing. The feral hogs. Didn't Florida say you can hunt iguanas? I saw a video where people killing them so inhumanely. Yeah, they're an invasive species. But you cannot do that. That is actually against the law, Selena. What you're describing is actually against the law. Oh yeah, this is a problem. An invasive species. Anything is better than being ripped apart by dogs? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. As long as there's like an ecological purpose, I don't know if there's like any other way we can get around that, because I just don't like that. You know what I mean? I understand that in some cases, they actually depend on that, but like, oh man, do you really have to do that? Such brilliant animals, the porkers, yeah. From helicopters? What? Yeah, whatever is ecologically sane and sustainable and done right, I'm in favor of. Whatever is ecologically sustainable and will improve the ecosystem in a proper way is what I'm going to go for, right? How about that? I did not know that, Astro. That's... Jeez. Ooh. Hey, Dorko City. Hope you're doing alright. Yeah, I mean, does it need to be this way? Oh, shoot. I almost forgot. It is time to shill for myself. Folks, if you like the content, please make sure you hit that follow button on the Twitch, and if you're on YouTube, just go ahead and quickly smack that subscribe button. It really does help, and oops, it really does help the channel, and I really appreciate that. Jeez, what's going on here? Just, why isn't the command working? Boo. Yeah, and just really quickly head on over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Arm the boars with surface air missiles. Ooh, dang. Because feral cats are also really bad for the ecology too. Oof. Thankfully, it hasn't spread. Whew. Sometimes you can get away with that as long as the blight hasn't spread. Maybe we should either. I Republican. I'm an Earthly. An Earthling. True. Sad. Listen, come on over to the dark side, okay? We got food, housing, education, and healthcare. And cookies. We're on Globus here, but shh. They don't need to know that. That's how we get them, Dick. Big Zeke. Oops. What is a globalist? Well, I'm glad you don't know that. It's best you don't. I wanted to stir things up in a good way. Have you researched Gen 4 nuclear, like nuclear energy? Disease is the only thing that puts humans in their place. If we took care of the environment, Mother Nature would be trying to kick us off the planet. To a degree, that's true. Wait, you guys got checks? Yeah, energy. Yeah, I heard that there's been some advancements in that. Which is good. I just think that geez, we need to like move we need to move to not fossil fuels as quickly as possible. I changed mine to Source Coin. It's a new crypto. Someone actually should make that. Source check since we paid actors. I see. Must be nice, because I need mine. Yeah, but I think that like there's cheaper alternatives. Don't you think that like renewable energy, like solar panels that can be placed all around the country, solar panels are now the cheapest fuel source for energy source. There has been massive developments for wind turbines that can be put out to sea. There's like hydroelectric. There's hydroelectric plants. There's like thermo. There's geothermal. There, I mean, these are things that even quicker, right? I mean, imagine if every house, every building had solar panels on it. And they're now cheaper to build. They're now cheaper to build. They're now cheaper to build. The technology exists, and we can probably deploy that now. And use great right now. We're only making it the very scary fission, which only promotes. Yeah, there's just obviously issues. I mean, I would take nuclear if the renewables couldn't reach to certain areas. I'm not exactly 100% opposed. I just think that there are cheaper, quicker technologies. Virtual power stations are the future. UK is building the world's largest hydrogen plant with carbon capture. There you go. Wind can be dangerous when you harness some of the ability for seeds and wave transit. Oh, that's fine. You can use that in limited areas. You can use hydroelectric. You can use geothermal. Again, solar is now the cheapest energy source. Solar has become like the energy source, the cheapest energy source, even cheaper than fossil fuels. I think it can be done. I think that if those aren't if that isn't able in those areas, then we can move to making like some nuclear plants where that is unavailable. True, UK, please. Tesla's making solar they're actually affordable. There you go. Boom. The thing in China just improved that they can do Gen 4, so why can't we? Because there's too many fossil fuel interests in this country. It's a problem. There are only 30 California dolphins left to go. Rack Yellowstone? Wait, what? I'm lost. Warp hyphen. More than China? Yeah, well, I mean, there's huge fossil fuel lobbies here that are powerful, that are stifling our ability to move to a greener, renewable sources. There definitely needs to be change. Yeah, 100%. I mean, but it has to be done now, while we still have the time. Because, like, as we as we ignore this problem, the solutions down the line will be tougher to implement, will be more expensive, will be and will be in more dire straits. The longer we kick this can down the road, the harder it is to come back from it. Think about it this way. You saw how this coronavirus problem has been exponentially worse, right? Do you know why it has been exponentially worse? It's because we're not dealing with it. Had we dealt with the coronavirus at the beginning, when scientists were specifically saying back in March, this is a problem, you need to get to work on this now, we didn't. Now the solutions to get us out of this, not only healthcare crisis, which is number one, not only out of this healthcare crisis, but out of this economic crisis, is now even harder, right? Is now even harder to get back, to come back from not addressing the problem at the beginning. The same thing goes for climate change. If we the longer we take to address the problem, the worse it's going to get, the harder the solutions are going to be, and the alternative is catastrophic. On Dios, there's a giant cauldron of magma, right? We could use that to heat pipes and give hydroelectric power to the whole country, I bet, and it would help alleviate some health. Interesting. Yeah, there is an idea. I imagine. I imagine we can do something with that for geothermal. Geothermal is POG. Do you think they ever will? No, probably not, unless we force them to and get people that will support it. So, like, that's my argument to you, Dorko City. Okay? The longer we take, knowing that we have the technology right now to start addressing the problem, at least with our energy sources, knowing that, shouldn't we probably be acting right now? Because knowing how, I mean, this is a perfect parallel. Knowing, like, isn't this like the perfect parallel to illustrate what we need to be doing, right? Our failure to address COVID from the beginning is now leading us into a problem that is going to take, it's going to be harder to solve, longer, and more economically painful. I mean, it's just bad all around. If you don't address a problem at the beginning, you end up paying for it later. In this case, when it comes to climate change, the alternative is an uninhabitable planet for a lot of people. That means hundreds of millions of people will be left without a home. That means a lot of destruction, a lot of natural disasters. I mean, it's disaster, catastrophe, unacceptable. It's not enough time. We need to be acting on this as soon as we can to avoid this being a problem. Whoa, Jesus. I need to get rid of these ads. Okay. Yeah, we'll find that article. 2 ads? Why? Oh. Speaking of which, got it. Ooh. 45-minute documentary? No. Oh no. I wish we had time for that, my friend. Yes, I did, UK. No, it's all good. Zeke, I just noticed. I was like, wait, no, I don't have enough time. It's okay. We need to have like a documentary day. Oh, okay. So, folks, now that I have quite the handful of you guys here, tomorrow I won't be able to stream, but I might be down on Friday or Saturday. If you guys want to join the Discord to keep up with that, please join the Discord. I will also be posting on social media as well. But tomorrow's stream is not happening. There's going to be a very cool, very awesome surprise coming. So I think that y'all should stay tuned and join the Discord. Jeez, hold on, folks. Technically, it's that organism being brought from the dead. Wasn't that in the Bible somewhere? Probably. They realized it can erupt sideways, and suddenly they understood tons of geology features of lavas that look like they float up hillsides because that's what they do. Huh. An economy based on oil is doomed. Well, now, yeah. Plastic dinos are made from old dinos. True. Real plastic ones, yes. Alright, folks, really quickly. Temperatures in the Arctic are astonishingly warmer than they should be. This is most disturbing, in my opinion. It's been happening for several years now, especially in the autumn, but it never ceases to unsettle meteorologists like myself. Temperatures in the Arctic are astonishingly warmer than they should be. According to University of Maine's climate reanalyzer this weekend, the Arctic Circle is an average 12 degrees Fahrenheit above normal. 12. This is not just one location, but the average of all 7.7 million square miles. That is a huge area, nearly double the size of the entire US, being on average 12 degrees above normal. Now, it's far from toasty warm in the Arctic. Temperatures are near zero in many places, but as you can see in the image below, which illustrates departure from normal, the bright red shaded patches indicate that temperatures are greater than 20 degrees Celsius or 30 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit above where they should be at this time of year. Yikes. It's all but becoming an annual reminder of the rapid climate change we have observed in the Arctic, explains Dr. Zach Labby, an Arctic climate specialist from Colorado State University. While the pace of global warming is the fastest we have seen in millions of years, nowhere is it warming faster than the Arctic. Temperatures in the Arctic are rising at 3 times the pace of the rest of the globe. In 2020, Arctic warming is among the highest levels yet. So if this doesn't indicate the sense of urgency, I don't know what does. Exactly. Well, nations have no respect for that. Climate change will haunt you. Yep. Yeah, this meme, this idea that we are going to try to achieve herd immunity for COVID without a actual serious vaccine, and given people take the vaccine, it's not happening. It's not viable. Yep, that's right, Think Zeke. Coral reefs are almost gone. Yep. Yeah, this is a huge problem. Without that, we begin to see feedback loops where it just gets hotter exponentially, hotter, faster, which accelerates at a faster rate, and not good, to say the least. There's little evidence that herd immunity is helping Sweden combat the coronavirus, according to the country's top epidemiologist. The issue of herd immunity is difficult, Anders Tegnell said at a briefing in Stockholm. We see no signs of immunity in the population that are slowing down the infection. Yeah, I don't know like why they thought this was a brilliant idea. Swedes have been more exposed to the virus than their neighbors elsewhere in the Nordic region, and every third Stockholmer tested has antibodies. Tegnell has said in the past that herd immunity is too hard to measure and even questioned official figures. Swedish authorities had made it clear that immunity isn't a policy goal, but the nation's exposure to the virus makes it an obvious test case for observing the theory. Yikes, and clearly it didn't work. Vaccine conspiracy happened before smallpox was eradicated. Sweden was recently forced to recalibrate its approach against the virus as daily rates top 7,000 in what Prime Minister Stefan Löfven called an unprecedented step earlier. Yeah, it's like it's not a solution, okay? It's not a solution. It didn't work, and you are essentially killing your people. Okay? Herd immunity, you can drop that theory. It's not happening. It doesn't work. Sweden made a very, very, very grave mistake. Okay? Yeah, I just don't get it. Okay. All right, we're good. Herd immunity doesn't work. I'm reading those articles, but I will say that I do not appreciate timeouts. I haven't turned there myself. Well, I'm sure, you know, I'm sure the mods have a reason. Just understand that if you're here to learn, that's 100% fine. If you're here to actually learn, then no, look, listen, Darko. Sometimes you have to understand that we deal with a lot of with a lot of trolls and people who say they claim to come here. I think that if you are here to learn, then hey, no problem, okay? No problem. If you're here to learn, no problem. Just understand that we're trying to, you know, understand that what we're trying to do is very serious, and what we're trying to avoid is catastrophe. And I think that the more people we can speak to and make understand the severity of the issue and present them the solutions based on science, not based on feelings or not based on whatever, based on science. I hope that, yeah, sure, learn, consume knowledge, great, I love it. And just and see it from our perspective, and hopefully, you know, and hopefully it'll something will stick, right? Even whether or not you agree with me or not, but this is something that is not a debate. I just hope that you'll exactly. You know what? I'll leave it just there. Lurk, consume knowledge. Beautiful. Lurk, consume knowledge. That's fine. You know what? Let's leave it right there. Lurk and consume knowledge. Perfect. Like it. Blame the public for the shit politicians. We voted them in. If we have entitled asshole citizens, and next, yeah, true. Okay, great. Yeah, so here, herd immunity, wild, really dumb, not working. Anyone who spreads this is just not correct. Let's see if we have anything else. Okay, yes, we moved. Oh, maybe in slightly better news. Slightly better news. We have a third candidate for a vaccine that's actually showing some promise. Has convincing evidence that it works and may be easier to distribute and cheaper than the other two vaccines already shown to protect people, developed by the AstraZeneca company in partnership with the University of Oxford. The vaccine has an average efficacy of 70% in preventing the disease, and developers announced today in the press release in one dosing scheme the efficacy was 90%. Wait a minute. In one dosing scheme, its efficacy was 90%. So is it or is it not worth it? I don't know. According to results from interim analysis of the clinical trial data, AstraZeneca said about 3 billion doses of the vaccine could be ready in 2021, whereas the apparent powerful COVID vaccines recently announced by Moderna and Pfizer rely on snippets of messenger RNA coding for spike surface protein of COVID. The AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine stimulates immunity by using a crippled chimpanzee adenovirus as a vector to deliver the gene for spike. Interesting. A Russian team has also presented evidence that the vaccine works, but noted too few COVID cases at the time to persuade any outside scientists. So we might have a third possibility. We'll see with more research, I imagine. I think that eventually we'll get a vaccine. Those two other ones are looking good to me, but we'll see. More data is necessary. But it is a movement in a good direction. Operation Northwood sounds suspect to me in calibration with Oxford. How could Oxford contribute? They don't have a problem. But I think that we might have something. And the fact that we've got now a third candidate gives me hope that we will soon come to an end to this nightmare. Hey Memo, how's it going? Oh.
The courses of Annex to Appendix to Enclosure A. Pretext to justify U.S. military intervention in Cuba. Note: the courses of action which follow are a preliminary submission suitable only for planning purposes. They are arranged neither chronologically nor in ascending order. Together with similar inputs from other agencies, they are intended to provide a point of departure for the development of a single, integrated, time-phased plan. Such a plan would permit the evaluation of individual projects within the context of the cumulative, correlated actions designed to lead inexorably to the objective of adequate justification for U.S. military intervention in Cuba. 1. Since it would seem desirable to use legitimate provocation as the basis for U.S. military intervention in Cuba, a cover and deception plan, to include requisite preliminary actions such as has been developed in response to Task 33C, could be executed as an initial effort to provoke Cuban reactions. Harassment plus deceptive actions to convince the Cubans
You mean,
of an imminent
wait, it keeps flashing Venezuela. What do you mean? I read Operation Northwards to you. Oh, somebody mentioned it and you did an actual read-through of it. Okay.
Our military posture throughout execution of the plan will allow a rapid change from exercise to intervention if Cuban response justifies.
And Bree make the cherry pie nice.
2. A series of well-coordinated incidents will be planned to take place
Gravy.
in and around Guantanamo to give genuine appearance of being done by hostile Cuban forces. A. Incidents to establish a credible attack, not in chronological order. 1. Start rumors. Many. Use clandestine radio. 2. Land friendly Cubans in uniform over the fences to stage an attack on base. 3. Capture Cuban, friendly, saboteurs inside the base. 4. Start riots near the base main gate, friendly Cubans. 5. Blow up ammunition inside the base.
Oh,
Start
this is
fires.
nothing new, right?
6. Burn aircraft.
How many
on
times
airbase.
have we done this?
Sabotage. 7. Lob mortar shells from outside of base into base. Some damage to installations. 8.
Pretty sure that
Capture
this
assault
isn't
teams
just
approaching from the
limited
sea
to
or vicinity
Cuba.
of Guantanamo City. 9. Capture militia group which storms the base. 10. Sabotage ship in harbor. Large fires. Naphthalene. 11. Sink ship near harbor entrance. Conduct funeral for mock victims. Maybe lieu of 10? B. United States would respond by executing offensive operations to secure water and power supplies, destroying artillery and mortar emplacements which threaten the base. C. Commence large-scale United States military operations.
Nah. Nothing we haven't seen before, unfortunately. He vetoed it, he died. Oh boy. Well, I don't know if we want to entertain the conspiracy theories that's behind to why, the thing that happened to Kennedy happened, but, cringe. And it's not really entirely, we've seen our record in South and Central America. Maybe easier. Yes, so this is great news, and I'm hoping that we show more promising results as more candidates for vaccines get rolled out. I think that until we get a big pigs and see got fired, huh? I think that this this is a good this is a step in the good direction. Until we can get this 100% ready, rolled out, and convince people that this is important, that you need this vaccine, that we need to get over this nightmare. The proper procedure at this point until then is please listen to the healthcare professionals, please wear your mask, please engage in social distancing. I know that tomorrow is Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, the holiday season is happening. Please avoid large family gatherings if you can. It's not worth it, okay? Everybody wants to get out of this nightmare. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, okay? So wear your masks, social distancing, stay home if you don't have to go out, avoid large gatherings, and wash your hands, and yeah, folks, it's 2020. We have the technology. Use Zoom. I know it's tough, but use Zoom. It's better to just avoid this year and have your family for the rest of the other holiday seasons coming up every year, right? It's just better. Exactly. Make sure the only chicken one's dying. There you go. That's a good one. Better to be 6 feet apart than 6 feet under. I'm done. Nice, Larry. It's pretty funny. I never celebrate with my family and friends. I just don't have family in my state, sadly. Well, try to stay away from large gatherings. Or Zoom call. Hey, we have technology. Zoom call. Zoom call, phone call, video chat. Put it up on the screen, in the big screen, or your computers. Whatever it is, just try to be responsible and not like those dunces who are packing themselves like sardines at airports. I mean, come on. Please limit your gatherings. Gobble gobble. Have a good weekend. Thank you. This stream is sponsored by Zoom. No, it is not. It is not. That is a joke. That is a joke. We need 70 to 80% vaccines to achieve herd immunity. Yes. So until we can get people to understand the importance of it, I know that's going to be a monumental task in and of itself. We need to be wearing masks. We need to socially distance. Stay home if you don't need to go out. Limit gatherings. Wash your hands. Listen to healthcare professionals. Check your resources, your healthcare resources, CDC, state healthcare resources. They will give you updated information. This is an unprecedented virus. We have not really dealt with something like this before. Information changes all the time. Try to keep up with the latest info by deferring to the healthcare professionals. Okay, don't listen to this rando on the internet. Just listen to the healthcare professionals. Okay, that's all I ask. I love cooking, but now my back hurts. Oof. Maybe one day I'll be able to like do a cooking. Maybe one day I'll be able to do a cooking. Listen, I make an amazing rice. Okay? I make the best rice possible. I just hit the button and boom, it's done. Nobody makes rice like me. The UK's results are looking like 62 to 90% efficacy. Yeah, something like that. It's within that range. Listen to ADT, the only news source you can trust. True. At least I try to when I present articles or when I present my point of view, at least I try to the best of my knowledge to back that up with whatever research or scientific studies. Okay. I trust the DNC. Oh, Democracy Now! Does great international news, by the way. If you like international news, Democracy Now! Is great. And if you like to listen to a streamer that does great international news, go check out Touring News. They do a fantastic job for international news in terms of like Twitch streaming. Check them out. But yes, Democracy Now! Does great for international news. Fake news. I only listen to ADT. If they make it compulsory to get it, they'll be golden. Yeah, so I think that the best way to get to that route is simple. Your kids can't go to school if you don't have the vaccine. Make it a health code. If for businesses to make sure that their employees comply with the health code, they may need to present, their proof that they took the vaccine. And universities, if you want to go back to university, you gotta have the vaccine. There you go, boom, easy peasy. I mean, seriously, Plum, if you're gonna troll, at least be funny. What kind of question is that? Oh, there he goes. Yeah, he's gone. Oh man, these trolls. Sometimes they don't send their best, folks. They're fair and honest, yeah, like Fox News. Exactly. That was like some real low tier trolling. Anyways, none of that nonsense, okay? None of that nonsense. Oh, I'm supposed to. Oh, I was supposed to read that in Trump voice. Wow, how rude of me. All right, all right. I gotta read that in the Trump voice. I didn't see that caveat there, Larry Weird. I'm John Ivanka. Load up the hookers and gold in the Trump jet. Daddy's moving to Moscow. Jeez, hopefully one day I can just replace the Trump voice channel points to something more productive. To something more productive. Oh no, you guys like the Trump voice? Time to wreck the two-party system. You too can be a part of the dismantling of the duopoly. Do you know how? Get involved. Get involved in the locals. Get involved in getting ballot initiatives passed. Get involved in city council, in your state representative and your gubernatorial races. Those are extremely important. Not secretary of elections, supervisor on elections, supervisor of elections, the people that determine the rules of your state. Those people, those are important local choices that everybody should be paying attention to, right? You want ranked choice voting? You want to move to a more democratic system? Also pay attention to the states that are participating in that project to get rid of the electoral college. Please pay attention if that's on your state. If that's in your state, then participate in that. I think there's a group of states that are getting together. They have at this time 196 electoral votes. As soon as they get to 270, they'll be able to basically give the election to the popular vote. Just the audio? I think I might. Okay, so I'll leave the clip up and I'll download it. Let's see what we can do with that. I have an actual fan. Hey, there you go. That's awesome. In 2021, we never speak of the T word again, I pray. Yeah, hopefully one day. Alright, folks, it is 11:25. Let's head on over to, I don't think so, Kez. Let's head on over to Ben's channel. I tried to see if anyone else was streaming, but I think, we'll head on over to Ben's. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all of you guys hanging out here. It really does make this go. I really appreciate it. It really does mean the world to us. All your support, everything is what makes this show run. So thank you guys. I am eternally grateful to all of you guys. Man, so tomorrow, again, just quick notice, I won't be here, but Friday or Saturday I will. Head on over to the Discord or follow us on Twitter to make sure you keep up with the channel. Please, if you enjoy the content, smack the follow button. Go to the YouTubes and hit the sub button. It really does help us out. Thank you guys so much. I hope to see you guys soon. Please stay safe. Please stay safe. Please take care of each other. And as always, I love you all, and I hope to see you guys in the next stream. See ya! Hey. Have the best day and Turkey Day. Thank you. Too much secret stuff. Alright, folks, let's head on over to Ben's channel really quickly. Ooh, Ben's got almost 50 viewers. Let's give him a nice boost. Let's try to get him to just about 100, right? Just straight up under 100. Let's try to do that for him. Alright. Let's get ready, folks. Nice big raid in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.